I'm super excited today because I want to talk to you about a very important and specific topic. The topic of today is, what do you want? That's right. What do you want? Let's start by making some presumptions that I hope are right. You love being a dietitian and you want to help people. You're trying to figure it out all on your own, and you probably don't have enough time to do all the things that you really want to do. Am I right so far? So let's get started. I'm Libby Rothschild, creator of Dietitian Boss. Welcome to my channel. My program empowers dietitians and nutritionists to create their own private practice from scratch and emboldens already established practitioners to think bigger. My method provides a step-by-step process to improve how you market yourself on social media so your practice can become far more profitable and help more people. Today, I want to talk to you about what you want, or more specifically, what is your why? Have you thought about that? Have you sat down and thought about why you specifically want to start a practice? If you're saying to make more money, that's not an acceptable answer because that's just not deep enough. One of the best reasons I've ever heard for starting your own private practice came from my client, Emily Marchand. She said, "Why am I bending over backwards trying to work for someone else when, I'm busy and I'm a mom and I have a lot going on in my life? Why don't I work for myself?" Basically, Emily has more important things to do than operate in a dingy, dimly lit clinical office doing paperwork more often than seeing actual patients. But Emily didn't come to this conclusion lightly. Emily has been very frustrated when she finished her dietetic internship. She applied to a whole bunch of jobs, but only ended up getting a few contract jobs. She was having a hard time with it, and that's when she decided enough is enough. She was still trying to figure it all out when she became a stay-at-home mom. She loved being with her kid. Emily said she wouldn't trade the years of being a stay-at-home mom with her child for anything. If you ask me, that's a really good reason for not wanting to work for anybody else. Emily's why is her time with her kids. Your why might be giving back to the community, time with a loved one, making an impact, or creating your legacy. But it is important to know your why, because when things get tough, it's your why that keeps you going. As Gail Hyatt once said, people lose their way when they lose their why. Team Dietitian Boss loves working with clients like Emily because Emily was fed up and she wanted to open a private practice because she understood that the time she spent working for someone else could be time spent with her family. All right, let's assume that you have picked or chosen your why. What's next? For Emily, it was all about creating a website, Instagram handle, Facebook page, Twitter account. And then what happened? She spread herself too thin and she started floundering around, not knowing what to do. And this is all very common behavior. But after you know your why, the next immediate step should be getting a coach. Or if you don't know your why, you can get more clear with that idea when you do hire a coach. And in my program, the Dietitian Boss Group Experience, we've got a team to support your vision and actually get what you want to do into a process so that you're really on your way to start and grow your private practice. When Emily reached out to the Dietitian Boss community and started enrolling in the program, she was told by Team Dietitian Boss to focus on one platform and not waste her time throwing information at people that don't want or need her services. She started to focus her message. When Emily started the Dietitian Boss program, we were able to work towards making her why a reality. The last thing I want to mention is a campaign that I created, and Emily and many other dietitians find this extremely helpful, and it's the hashtag #ShowYourFace. I created this hashtag to empower dietitian bosses so that they can show their face on Instagram and build the know, like, and trust factor. If you know anything about me or the work that I do, it's heavily rooted in developing relationships with your audience, because when people see you as a human being and you're able to share a certain level of vulnerability and authenticity, people are more likely to want to do business with you. Because ultimately, if your audience doesn't know you exist, they're not going to want to buy from you. And if you don't tell people you're taking clients, they're not going to know you have a service to offer. So everything you do, rooted in your why, starts with showing up and showing your face. And if you're scared and you're confused and you're feeling alone, you're not the only one. When you use my hashtag, show your face, tag me for accountability, you're really taking one step closer and moving forward on your path towards creating more impact and being aligned with your why. The hashtag show your face is meant to empower and build community between you, fellow dietitian bosses, and your potential clients. Emily says that sometimes she even gets more interaction with her stories showing her face than she does on her actual still feed on Instagram. So let's review as a recap. If you want to be a dietitian boss, let me break down the 3 steps you can take to get there faster. Number 1, know your why, and if you don't, work towards that. Lewis Carroll said, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. But that's not what we want. We want the best possible road to get to where we want to go. And to get there, we need to know our why. Number 2, get a dietitian boss coach. I might sound biased, but if you were Billie Eilish on your road to why led through singing, I would tell you to get a singing or a voice coach. So if you're a dietitian and your road to why leads to having your own practice, then you need to join the Dietitian Boss Group experience. Number 3, use a hashtag, show your face, and tag me for accountability. Join this powerful movement of dietitian bosses who are moving towards making an impact not only in our lives and our peers' lives, but also in our community and among our clients. We might be afraid of showing our faces online and being vulnerable, but we do it anyway because our why is greater than our fear, and we represent powerful dietitian bosses. If you're looking to feel inspired from another dietitian boss who was able to make $5,000 by starting and following the Dietitian Boss method in my group experience, check out Betsy's video for more inspiration.